Jalan. Bener ke jalan. Nee. Het is?
Dat doet het niet.
Ah. I had to go at 9:10 out of the garage. So my setup was not complete, but for the stream I have everything together. Normally I put also sign that with my language on the back. I had no time for it. Maybe when I'm there. So we have a reservation from a ship. So I don't know which language the people speak, but usually it is English. So, and because there was a Tuk not good stationated, it was really on time. It is 9:09 at 9:09, and at 9:10 I have to go off the garage. So. Yeah, I'm happy that not my biggest enemy of the company. My biggest enemy is not present. So I am very satisfied and calm. This screaming idiot who think he is the most cleverness, but he have no studies, nothing. That's why he thinks he's the most cleverest, because he don't know nothing. So oh. No, I don't like this Trump copies. This is even less since Trump is there. So you see right now they can complete destroy a country if you let them. So right now I completely against people who really don't know what they're doing. So, and they're overcharged with its own purpose. I cannot explain it in English. I have never needed to say that stuff in English. So, yeah. So right now I am alone. See, you don't see my face. So let me see if I can go over the streets through the house, because that is most direct way to the ships, to the cruise liners. So right now the feelings here in Europe are very difficult because of the tariffs of Trump. So we don't believe that we have that big problems, because normally that is the beginning of a world economy crisis if one charges the tariffs. So, and if it is the most important economy, normally it would be hit, but it looks like that everybody else just stay in the open market. So then the people buy from anywhere else. And because we are a big economy in Europe, together we are even bigger than the States, I think. So and we have the rest of the world who trade with us. So maybe it take not that big impact. Of course, maybe the car manufacturers could have a problem, at least for the production side in Germany, because you have already a few production sites in the States. So, but it looks like that even the charge increases the prices for the American brands. So, we will see. We will see. So, oh, that goes slowly. Yeah. The Ruhr, the house is open, so it is the most direct way to the ships. It is possible. So let's go to there. I made also what is the name? Shield. A shield. Maybe it's a shield. A shield with that I am live stream on the Tuk-Tuk. I want to put it in the back. Right now I didn't put it because I had no time for it. So yeah, and since I have this one, we will see. I hope I get more customers, and maybe the customers want to be with me to be on stream. So then it would be a great experience for the customers, for me, and even for you. So. Whew. Wow. I hate this street. Incredible. And my colleague said that the street is quite new, and they have holes like stupid. I put the stones directly on the surface of the button. Then when it's raining and something, then it moves. So it moves down, and then they have to close it again, and so. So yes. So you see, great. So. I think the departure is at 9:30. So. Yeah. Someone give these. So, that's well. So yeah, we are now on the ships, cruise liners. Maybe you see it. Yeah, you see it. Olá, bom dia, senhor. Obrigado.
Portugal, Portas do Sol. Como é que ela se chama? É Massa Portazé.
Tudo bem, bom dia. Até agora?
Douradores, não podemos passar.
Não pode.
Então.
Tudo bem, bom dia.
Não está lá o sinal, mas diz que
Tá lá o sinal, tá lá.
Está lá já.
Não está mesmo coisa, está
Um bocadinho para a frente.
Lá dentro. Antes estava mais fora.
Então vamos por cima pelas portas e depois descemos pelo caracol e logo vemos.
E que não vais por aqui por dentro, pela Feira da Lagoa?
A Tuk-Tuk já está aberta. É aquela que sobe atrás da.
Sim, está aberta. É lá onde estão os artes modernas que a senhora aqui está a meter água. Aquela para baixo estava, o último domingo estando aberta. Quando este... Mas às vezes, não sei que eles fecham isso outra vez, mas eu não sei.
Vamos aqui pela primeiro Portas do Sol, Catedral, Portas do Sol Monte.
Pois, tu não soube aquela subida aqui
Não.
para Santa Apolónia.
Não, mas está
Alguns tucos não sabem aquilo.
Está contigo?
Está comigo.
B.A. Salgado.
Bola
É
salgado.
contigo? É com o Nuno, então, não é?
Mas eu acho que ele está. Eu acho que esse.
Bem, mas ainda nem chegou muita gente. Ainda nem...
Sim.
Ele está na Santa Apolónia.
Já por trás, onde?
Sim, diretamente para...
E depois descemos pelas portas e pela catedral. Vai ser seguindo e então vamos apanhar.
Quer dizer, só estamos uma
cedo.
hora até os vinhos, não é? Ou como é? Quando é os vinhos?
Os vinhos é o último para nós.
Para nós é o último, está
Por
bem.
aqui vamos aos vinhos já para a nossa hora que é para ninguém falar.
Então estamos então é por meio, depois de uma hora vamos para os passeios já, não é?
Depois descemos do monte pastéis, pastéis, vinhos.
Tá bem.
Pronto, já
Mas é uma volta de 3 horas, ou 2.
3.
Tá. Obrigado pelas informações.
Lá, vamos ali primeiro de Santa Apolónia, subimos para a parte de trás de Santa Apolónia, Campo de Santa Clara, Monte. E depois descemos pela catedral. Eles colocam tipo os grupos de criança em bem. São um grupo de Nuno, Paulo. Vai combinar agora tudo?
Mas em princípio, nós começamos, a rota 3 começa sempre com os vinhos. Uma prova de vinhos.
É uma prova de vinhos.
Que é performance grátis. Não. Eu tenho mais em frente. Faço o chavinho. E depois é uma a seguir ao vai ter que ver.
Então é que agora és o Hollywood Star.
Quem?
Tu.
Eu?
Estás. Cámara.
Sai. Já estás aqui à frente. Pode ser. Naquela. Nem vejo. Lá atrás.
Não, está aqui em frente. Só vi um pouco.
Está bem.
Agora. Muito bem.
Alguém se quiser encostar aqui, se houver um carro que quiser bocadinho.
Hã?
Para ver qualquer coisa que se passa à frente.
Ah, sim. Sim. Põe tudo. E o vosso também. Quando eu estou a falar contigo.
Pois, tu estás
Se bem comigo.
és um bolinho.
Oh, não, mas. Normalmente.
És um bolinho. Ainda estava aí, pronto, então. Não. Cada um tem mesmo. Não, vai para casa. É que a gente, quando faz limpeza no estúdio, se encontra todo tipo de coisa. Às vezes pastéis de nata.
Alunga.
Mas João, tens que cuidar com o já. Às vezes podes mandar uma palavra menos bonita. Quando chateias com alguém no trânsito, podes mandar uma palavra mais coisa. No trânsito. Não dizes caralhadas no trânsito.
Agora, o quê? O trânsito? Quando? No stream ou no WhatsApp? Ou...
Não, no trânsito. Dizem caralhadas. Tipo, um gajo faz-te uma cena e tu, ei, caralho. Pagas assim.
Assim, isso era bom sim.
Queres um bolinho?
Não, isso é o meu veneno, doces. Adoro, todos os dias como doces. Tenho que deixar dessa merda. Gelado, chocolates, sou viciado, mano.
Olha, pensa nisso. Se te ajuda. O açúcar
É um veneno.
é uma droga. É tão difícil de deixar como fosse cocaína. É verdade.
É mesmo.
Quer dizer, e é mesmo.
É uma droga,
E
é a droga que te faz pior ao corpo. Lixa-te os órgãos todos.
Quer dizer-
Diabetes, mata de merda. Cérebro,
Sim.
coração. Pá, a melhor coisa que eu tenho para fazer isso é andar a pé. Só que eu não tenho andado a pé, mano.
só, o problema é que o café mete açúcar. Quer dizer, então isso é que eu estou agora a conquistar. Já faz algumas 5 semanas já não como doce. Só quando os clientes oferecem, então eu como para não ser assim mal educado ou mal, assim meio mal. Mas o meu problema é deixar o açúcar de café. Porque isso tem que se começar a acabar com tudo. Porque é uma droga.
Tens de começar um dia.
E tens de
E vai custar?
batata também, o pão também tem açúcar. Tens de cortar um bocadinho tudo isso que
Pão
tem.
também, pão é muito bom.
Jesus, cara. Mas o meu é chocolate. Chocolate e gelado. Eu adoro gelado.
Mas eu já vi pessoas que tinham uma paixão com gelado. Eles apanhavam uma doença muito mal, que chama-se o MS, multisclerose, que é mesmo estafa de pouco a pouco.
Os químicos. É cima à frente.
Não fazemos a garreta até ao fim, subimos logo viramos logo à direita pela Rua do Sacramento e passamos no carro e descemos novamente. Então é mais interessante para o cliente e já ficamos com a passagem no carro feita.
Sim. Mas com a rua de comércio que por dentro? Podemos seguir em frente? És obrigado a virar para a Madalena?
Não.
Pode seguir em frente?
Pode.
E depois por trás da Câmara Municipal viramos, é isso? Por trás do Museu do...
E subimos para
Ok, tudo bem.
a Nova do Almada.
Ibercruz, só por causa disso. Oi!
É igual a isto, não é? Do outro
Tens
dia.
quantos?
Não é isto?
Tens o da carne em branco? Não. Eles são todos
é
diferentes.
diferente. Pronto, então vá. Então, esquece isto, deixa ficar aqui. Só falta o Gonçalo, estavam a dizer que o pararam na entrada. Eu assumo que o escritório está a ver isto. Não sou eu que vou.
É da Maria Leite, que ela comunica aí com o gajo. Carnival. Está lá, sei igual a este.
Depois viramos logo na primeira. A prioridade foi eu arranjar um lugar. Vocês reparam.
Agora foi a Kélia. Onde é que está a Kélia?
Qual é?
Agora foi a Kélia. Bem, está difícil de juntar aqui o grupo todo. Olha, então isso. Pessoal, oi, ali naquele sítio para ti, sabe?
Agora falando com o
Lá ao
Gonçalo.
pé dos...
São 3 grupos, não?
E você e o pick-up é novamente no sítio onde estiver o meu turno. Bora.
Go on this one over here.
Portas de sol e dali vamos para o vinho.
Guarda esses dois tuk-tuks aí para... On this first tuk-tuk over here, please, madam. This one. Take your time, please. Mind the step. We don't go up. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Confirmar. Nós só temos um problema, é nos vinhos, não podem. Deixa-me confirmar. Tu vais primeiro aos vinhos?
Não. Eu sou o primeiro aos vinhos. Já prometi no grupo para a hora que vou aos vinhos.
A que horas é que vais aos vinhos?
Vou meio-dia um par.
Onde é que ele está?
Falta ali ao fundo. Aí.
Não, 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 não. Há uma alteração então do restauradores.
Over there, over there you have three. That's green.
Não, do restauradores.
Yellow one.
Foi para o gel?
Não, quanto disso?
Diz só às senhoras, diz que ela pode ir a meio.
Ficaste com a tua comida dos dias.
Hello. You want to go together? Yeah. Sure. So, you stay. So, you got the group of four, right?
Qual é é o número nosso? É 10?
8.
Thank you. Sentaram aqui ao lado, um grupo de 4.
Sentar uma forma criada por isso. Vamos deixar aqueles dois todos para grupos, Paulo.
Está bem,
Para
dois
grupos de
últimos.
4.
Ok.
É mais rápido para subir do que pelas bordas do sol, principalmente a essa hora.
Depois então desfiar.
Ele vai fechar. Dá um toque com o vai na frente para eu que estiver na frente para a loja.
Só ver aqui o problema. O F, desculpa lá, és o...
Nuno.
Nuno. Ok, está bem.
Tá?
Nuno F.
Não é?
Ok. Nuno público. Vou já aqui guardar.
Onde está o senhor? Não pode ser, Paulo, porque estamos fully booked. Not possible. It's another. You have another couple over there, madam. So it's not just yourself with that gentleman. Okay, there are another couple with you.
Okay.
So you can. I'm sorry, but it's not possible to go on another tuk-tuk because we are fully
They're all
booked.
full, yeah.
So if it's. So the number must be paired, not.
Yeah, only need one. Paulo.
Hello, morning. Two. Okay, welcome. The first two in the middle row. One. The middle one.
Mas que o vinho vai funcionar, porque os passeios só quando levas.
22.
Quantos é que tens aí, Paulo?
22. 24. 44. Ai, esta malta vem toda
24.
cheia de... Hello, morning. Two. Come with me, please.
So you know your folks, right? You know. It's 4 people for 2, so it's gonna be 2 and 2. Come with me, please.
Paulo!
Paulo.
You have a white one that is taller.
Yeah.
Can we take it
Já
with
tens 30 aqui? Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Deixa eu ver coisas.
Now it's okay.
Mas ela durante o tuk, ela não vai ser do tuk-tuk enquanto a gente estiver a fazer o tour.
Complicadinho, não é? Esta gente está complicadita.
Fizeste muito bem.
Tá vendo? Eu sei o manjo do...
É?
Tem que estudar como sentas no tuk-tuk. Estudou 5 anos.
Porque eles não têm força no joelho, aí quer fazer isso. Não dá, tem que primeiro sentar, aí se não conseguir levantar, a gente vai até ajudar a botar as pernas pra dentro.
Ok. Boa.
Hello. Morning. Okay. So this one got 2
Quer dizer, e como ela, quando ela sentas no chão, não é? O primeiro. Não, sentas logo
Senta no banco. E tem que ser nessa parte do tuk que o banco é mais pra frente. Não
Sim.
tem um lado que é mais... Aí ela sentou aqui, ó, primeiro no coisa. Aí depois tenta colocar a perna dentro. Se não conseguir, a gente pode ajudar.
10.
Ou o marido, ou alguém.
Sim.
É mais fácil. Mas tem muita gente com dificuldade de entrar.
Hello. Morning. Group of 2? For the tuk-tuk? Yes. You ready for this? Let's go. You don't know. We're gonna be, it's 4 people per tube, okay? So we're gonna be facing each other like...
Sim. Vamos ver ter problemas com os vinhos. Vamos ter problemas com os vinhos. Porque as natas já tem que se fazer diferente. Tem que buscar as natas.
É. A depender sim.
As no vinhos
Aham.
vai ser difícil para essa gente. Não é só aquela já é o recorde.
Mas vai dar certo. Não vai chover.
Actually, great, isn't it? Não apanho ninguém.
Graças a Deus.
Good morning. Would you free vibe? So you wanna do, if you wanna do a tuk tour, there's normally people right where you get in or on the other side. You wanna do it on the mall.
Tem do outro lado, Paulo.
Taking all that, okay? Thank you.
Do outro lado ali o verde e o Mão Queres, deve ser um dos nossos colegas.
Sim.
Ai, por acaso não vi se estava ali um dos nossos. Pessoal.
Toda a gente.
Nem
quero imaginar.
O senhor tem um pessoal mais novo.
tickets for this?
Os pais.
This is already booked. This is already booked, but you can go on the other side. There you can this green one with this yellow sunflower. We know them. Then he's good. So you can get there and ask what he take for our.
I don't think there's anyone there though, is he?
Não está ali ninguém, eu acho que temos que ter tudo.
Charlie, we're not there.
Normally, usually is they waiting for clients. Normally.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
É engraçado isso. Também é. Então, olha, não vale a pena. É melhor pensar já que o nosso também vai ser assim. Até já. Como é que até acho que já está bom.
Vamos ali pela Diogo de Couto, o monte e depois descemos pela.
O que ainda temos em Posse é mesmo fechado esta estrada. Temos de ir mais para baixo e subir aquela mais para cima. Ah, esquerda, está lá uma.
Maria.
Lá. Lá, João.
A Maria, que é coordenadora superior lá do Ibercruz.
Ah, está bem.
Big Boss. Vai, Maria.
É.
Tudo bem?
Ora bem, tudo bem.
Sim, estamos aqui 30 e. Paulo, temos.
Não, faltam 12.
35.
35.
Já temos.
Olá, bom dia.
Vamos só esperar um bocadinho. Não vamos conter, mas vale a pena esperar. Okay.
Mais dois.
Good morning, sir.
38.
Já deram um ticket.
Okay, 38.
Just follow my colleague over there.
Ainda tem dois lugares. Já?
Good morning. I will be your tuk-tuk guide, your tuk driver.
Okay, how do you say? Yao?
Yeah, normally João, but make it more simple. John.
John.
John, yeah, because you don't need to make more complicated like it is. And John is the same meaning than João,
Okay.
and it's very difficult for other language
say it.
speaker to say it.
Understand.
Take that.
If you, I have an expansion. Just a second.
Okay.
There we are. You're welcome. You need another one? Maybe two. Yes. So there we are. Oh, good. Hey, well, perfect. Someone, you?
Fish only that one, isn't it? Nothing over the shoulder.
Oh no, you don't need shoulder because you are just backwards,
Yeah.
and the back the bank is hold your back.
Do I need to show you one? Do I need to show you one?
Yeah, you could.
Guys, normally it is better because the police look, but if they look better, then I see, oh, she have still.
Coating way, that's why.
Side or it's laid flat.
Just see a look. You're in.
Yeah. Great.
I wonder.
So you are all from the States? Or
Oh no.
No.
oh no,
No.
you're all England. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. So at first I like to say to my English friends, we have the oldest alliance between Portugal and England
Yeah.
since 1384. So this is the oldest alliance all over the world and still in charge. It's still in force.
Right.
So yeah, so we will pass all the city. It's very so. I believe because you are British, you have a relation to history. We are also a great country, of course, of history. We are also a little bit. We have also a little bit. So I will share you a lot of history if you like to.
Yeah.
So, but it's much easier if you understand one thing, because there was an earthquake on 1755, and it's completely different between what was before and what was after. So 1755, we have that earthquake hits the whole city, and then an uptown, which is called Bairro Alto, which is on the other side. Here's Alfama is also high, but it's not our uptown, not Bairro. We call it Alfama, and then come the downtown, and then after it is the Bairro Alto uptown. I will just say it always the both name to make it more simple. So and there begins on the earthquake. They are falling the oil lamps to the ground, and they have carpets on the floor, on the walls and everything, because there was a richer part. And they begin to burn. So the people flee from uptown to downtown in front of the King Palace. And then came a tsunami. So we talk about over the half of the people. Numbers 50,000, but at that time nobody knows how many people. But we have a lot of graves, mass graves with a lot of bones found. So yeah, I will guess at least a half of the population of Lisbon. So and that so everything what is later, I can only explain with this what was before with the earthquake, because the separation, for example, from Portugal and Brazil, that came after, because Lisbon was destroyed, and even it was also a big impact to Europe. We knew a lot of letters from people all over Europe. And I was surprised why Portugal get hit by God that bad, spread so many Christianity to the world, and was so happy. So that was a thinking of the past time. So there's also in Europe change a lot. So because after that came the Napoleon Wars. So the new time came. So the Renaissance more or less ends on that date. And then comes a new time. So the people don't believe anymore that 100% on God. So and the people believe more on the force himself. And so yeah. And we have also quite big, quite old country. So not that old as England, but still one of the oldest countries in Europe. And we expand our existence from the late Middle Ages, so it begins 1134, and until now. So Middle Ages, Renaissance, and then the new time, and then afterwards we see also some examples of the newer times, because the dictatorship was also a big impact, and we see also some places who are related to the dictatorship. And I can mention something very unusual thing. So because we have this small country, so when we begin our discovery area, Portugal has just 1 million people. To compare to England, at that same time, England had 40 million. So we have to fight completely different than other powers. So still we don't drive, so I can still. At first, the most important is we are built by the Crusaders, so our nation. But we have also heritage. We have heritage of the population who was here before the Romans, or before the Romans. There was still there afterward, and before the Muslims, because we conquer against the Muslims, and this was Lusitanians. The Lusitanians was a kind of Celtic tribe. We don't know because on that time there's no writings. We just identify the culture with its arts. So it was some Celtic, but from Central Europe, because the Celtics split very soon to Central, and came to the north, which came to England and then Scotland, and so.
We should go to Wales.
And even I have to now. We have to go.
Okay.
Okay. So because I'm a little bit older, I sometimes forget. So ask when you miss something or ask a question. No problem. So.
Yeah, it goes on the bar. So you can come down and look. And then you've got Google Maps, you can have a look. Stuff that's clear, there's a bit of thing around. Yeah. It don't really match well. I know. Yeah, Yes. Yeah.
So please look on the left side. You will see the National Pantheon there, left and a little bit up. So the National Pantheon was begun to build in the 17th century, and it lasts 4 centuries to build. So it took 400 years. So I put the sheets down. Oh, we do. You do it already. Oh. So there we are. There we are. So the National Pantheon, it was planned as church, but on the end, it served as just as a mausoleum. So who is there buried? That is the people who are the Portuguese next to the heart. So because the Father is very important for us, that is a kind of singing philosophy. So Amalia Rodriguez, which is the most important fadista, we call them like that, is buried there. And what else? The things who are next to our heart is not only the Fado. There's another thing, even in English like it very much. It is the football.
Yeah.
So, and there's a football player also buried there. That is Eusebio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dumb. So this part of Lisbon called Alfama, which is the oldest part of Lisbon. So the name Alfama came from, of course, from Arabic, and means like a lot of fountains or a lot of water. And yeah, here's a lot. We have a lot of water. Yes. And but the Moorish peoples or the Muslim people were not the first here. Maybe you can guess that before the Muslims was already here, the Romans, even in this place, they begin to build the fortress, which is later Saint George, and we just want to see maybe the fortress have a much older heritage than just the Romans. So Alfama, we found already the lefts of the Phoenicians. So for the people who don't really know about Phoenicians are even mentioned in the Bible. And historically, there was in the same historic period, like the ancient Egypts. And they fight to each other, the Phoenicians and the Egypts. So the Phoenicians, the left things what I left, we dated to the year 1200 before Christus. So it means that Lisbon is older than 3000 years, and that makes Lisbon older than even Rome and even the sayings of Rome, because there's a saying about the Remulus and Romus, and even that date is younger than the proof date of Lisbon.
How did Lisbon get its name?
The last one we really know, that was Olispio. That was used by the Romans, but we don't really know what is the heritage of. So because it is changes to the Arabic time called Al-Lisabona, and then the Portuguese, when they arrived here, they changes to Lisboa with a cheese, with a X, and then came to Lisboa by the Portuguese. So yeah, we don't really know what it called at the time of the ancient Phoenicians. We know that the Greeks had a name for it. We know that it is quite the same, like Ospio, like that, the Greeks had. So, and even in this sayings of Odysseus, they mentioned that here was a strong kingdom with a queen, and they had soldiers as made in snakes, or like snakes. So Odysseus is just a saying, so I don't believe their snakes can speak something or fight.
Agreed.
So, and now we come to the highest point of Lisbon. That is Nossa Senhora do Monte. And now we will begin with a storyline, because the Portuguese have a very difficult history, but the Portuguese himself, they like to be that simple that possible. And that is how they named also the things. They saw a woman on a mountain, and how they called the mountain, they called it Woman on a Mountain. And Nossa Senhora do Monte, there we are here. So, but that was not only today, that was also in past times and past areas. So we came with a ship in January on a river. Then we called it January on the river, which you know as Rio de Janeiro. So let's go and see this beautiful. Bom dia. So there we are.
Esta é tua, ela é minha. Got you.
So which part of England you are? All in the same part?
The middle.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
The Midlands.
Ah, Norwich. So you stay. Okay. So in that, so you're staying here. Then I will explain a little bit about this little church. So the Crusaders came here to Lisbon to fight against the Moorish people. So, and all of the churches, mosque was destroyed, exception this one. This was also a mosque before, and there was the first. Then became the first seat of our bishop, because we have no before. So, okay, I understand now. And the Muslim left a share in coral stone in the corner, built in the wall. So and there's a saying: when a pregnant woman sitting there, get a good pregnancy. At least our first queen was pregnant, sitting there, get a good pregnancy. So at least one time works.
For the right person.
So, yeah. So yeah. So but the rest, you stay there. Yeah, I understand. So we will explain you then. So the most interesting on it is the colors, the castle, and because you are from England, you know why it's called Saint George. We had a lot of English crusaders here fighting with us. So because it was the biggest group of crusaders, we named Saint George after the king on that time.
And that's that one.
This is this one, yeah. You see the Jesus there back?
Yeah.
The
the big one.
statue. It came later than the Brazil one, and the statue itself is 2 meters less high than the Brazilians. But if you count even this foundation, then we talk about 110 meters.
Yeah.
In that reason, that is still the highest statue in Europe and the 7th highest in the world.
Ah, right.
So, and then you see here a lot of colors.
Very colourful.
And that have a relation to our revolution against our dictator. One of, dictators have stupid ideas. They're cruel, stupid ideas, and one of his stupid ideas.
One in America.
Yes, thank you that you say that. I'm always afraid I get some Trump lovers. Yes, this makes me much easier. So yeah. And one of the stupid ideas, you can only paint your house in white, exception the houses with titles. The heritage of titles I will also explain later. So, and then we get freedom, what we do? Paint everything. Everything.
That's why.
And even today, our government buildings are not white. Even the President Palace, National Palace, it's pink. So the comparison to America, it is not the White House, it is the Pink House.
The Pink House. It's very nice. This is about the 4th or 5th time
Ah, really?
we've been here.
Oh, yes. You love it?
Yeah, my wife can't walk very far, but I can, and I've walked miles.
Oh, yes.
But it means I'm on my own just walking. Have a beer and then walk again.
Yes.
This time I've got my brother and his wife.
Ah, okay. So,
He's up there with taking pictures.
yes. Let's go there, huh?
So, right up the sharp end. He likes to walk, take pictures.
Yes, of course.
Are these for?
Yeah, this is for lovers.
Yeah.
I think that begins in Italy, for some bridges.
We have a lot of bridges that I've got these on, but not just a fence.
Yes. So the bridge is we called it 25th of April, 25 de Abril, which is the date of our revolution, and we had to change the name because it had the name of the dictator Salazar before. So the bridge, when it was built, was the longest bridge in Europe, but it expands more than you see. It's just because just go to the middle. And we had another bridge down who expand the most longest part of the Tejo River, of the harbor, and called Vasco da Gama. When that was built, was also the longest.
Yeah.
Right now, I think must be the longest in between Russia and Crimea. The Kerch. And after that is between Sweden and Denmark is the longest. The Öresund.
I'm trying to think if we've been over that one.
So in Lisbon ends where you see this the church with the cupola.
Yeah.
There ends Lisbon about 2 kilometers after. So we talk about only 500,000 people here. But if we talk about the metropole area, then we talk also the cities there. And even the next one who just begin when the Lisbon ends, there are so many cities, and we talk about 3 million. For a country for 10 million, is about a lot of.
There's a lot of people all in one area.
Yeah. So, and this place called Martin Muniz, and I will keep it for your woman to say that about it, because it's a story about heroes. So.
Fair enough. Coming back. I'm here.
Ah, you are here. Okay.
I've had all stories. Is that Bedlam Tower?
That is not the Belen Tower. This is Kistore, which is Jesus King, and that is the
Same as the
Is that the
Brazilian one.
Redeemer?
Yeah.
like this comes later, and is 2 meters smaller than the Zima as statue. But if you count the whole building with the foundations, and we talk about 110 meters, then in general is the highest statue, even highest statue of Europe. The highest statue of Europe is, and the 7th highest in the world.
So,
That is Saint George. Saint George after the King of England, because we had a lot of English
a
crusaders.
lot of Georges.
Oh yeah, maybe the one who lived on 1147.
Right. You got me.
Because on that date we arrived to Lisbon and conquered against the Muslim people. So I already said already. So you are brothers. So so he helped me a little bit. That you are more intelligent and you like Trump also not. So I am a lot of. Normally it's normal for English people. They are more intelligent.
Be careful what he says until I made the comment.
Because there's so many things who are similar to Trump. Because we have experience with dictators. We have experience with people who think who are the best one, and what they did wrong then. So yeah, that's why when I have Trump lovers, I'm very aware, because on the beginning you don't get it. Only when you say something they get, oh, we have to go? Okay, we have to go.
Okay.
So,
Beautiful. We've been sorry. Yeah. Well, I think every century probably around there.
so it could be that it's not raining.
Yeah.
So I let it open or close again.
Keep it open, yeah. Do you want this?
Open or close?
You can leave it. Yeah,
You've got an option.
yeah, no, we can leave it.
So when it begins to rain, this one also? Okay.
Yeah, it's better to take photos when you stop anyway.
So.
With the
So yeah, there's a castle. Maybe you can see it also. There was taken over from the Muslims, 1147, and
George is that 1147?
1147 is it George? George first.
George the first.
yes, and it's called Saint George because there was a lot of English crusaders. So because to honor this king, they called it Saint George, and so that is not about the Portuguese or someone else. It was about a king of England.
With the third one that we had.
So.
It's just got it off. So every time we go out, just get that down.
So that was the George. Oh yeah, there we are. And there's even this statue of Jesus called Cristo Rey, means Jesus. And it is nowadays even the highest statue in Europe.
See the win position. Down low, yeah.
No, I never do. I know. I
Come here.
know.
I can see that one.
So, and
Oh, no. Tell us all. Carry on, John.
okay, I left one topic for all of us because there's a place called Martin Muniz down. When you look down, there's a place without statue. And Martin Muniz was a hero. He was a hero of the Cross Crusaders because in the night he left the camp and somehow he found how the Moorish people came out of a hole to assault the camps of the knights of the Crusaders. And so he waited that they came back. And then he puts himself in the door that Crusaders have more time to come to the door. And of course the Moorish didn't like it and punished him, but he died that difficult to close the door that the Moorish can then open and assault the fortress much easier. So, yeah.
Vintage cars.
So now we will come to a church called São Vicente. That is the most important church. Our important church are built on the sites where where's a battlefield. And on that side, they battled the Crusaders from Germany and from Flemish. Flemish, it is nowadays two countries, that is Netherlands and northern Belgium. So, and it's called São Vicente because São Vicente is a holy person who get his holy status in fighting against the Roman Empire. So it's also a big empire. And he died in Saragossa, nowadays Spain. And the Moorish took his bones because they was afraid that Christianity get a lesson from him. So they took his bones and put it in Algarve. Nowadays Algarve, past then was still a part of the empire of the Moorish. On the left side you see, on my left side, you see São Vicente. So São Vicente the Moorish have taken to Algarve, and when the king arrived here, he get noticed that the bones from São Vicente are in the Algarve, and so they chosen the most successful crusaders, and they go together to Algarve to assault the place where they are and bring the bones back. When the bones getting back, they follow two crows, and they bring it back to this church. So the bones of São Vicente is in this church. So in our shield, the shield of Lisbon, there is a ship, and left and right of the ship is one crow. That is related of the São Vicente, which is nowadays a example of the fighting against the Moorish. So you see on the left side some azulejos, these blue tiles, and we go further and further, and it would be always nicer, and the most nicest is a little bit here down with the ship. So the São Vicente is very important for our nation buildings, at least a symbol, and that's why the hearts of our kings are buried there. They put it in alcohol in a jar, and they put the jar down below to under.
Yeah.
So there's not only our kings, it is also buried there at whole the last dynasty of the kings, incomplete, and the bishops of Lisbon. The bishops and the Catholic Patriarch. Sometimes that's not the same. So. So, since I know that I can share something about our dictatorship with open-minded and open heart, because there's some stuff who are similar with Trump. So at first, because I have to begin how we end our time area of the kings, because the nationalists was very disappointed that Portugal could not join Angola and Mozambique to one big country, and that's why the nationalists killed king and prince, and then changed it to the first republic, which in beginning was a democracy, but then was the biggest fraud on history on earth. Who was a guy who get noticed that the Portuguese money, the escudo, was printed on that time in an English printer factory. So he go there and said he was sent by the government to get another row of the same notes. And then the company say, oh, we need the proof from your government to print that money. And then they say, okay, no problem. I will go there and get the proof. So, but he go at home and make it prove it by himself. So then he gets a whole row of, that is a few years of the money with the same numbers again. So, and in the first time he just spent money for his good living, and then he get notice that when he get catched, they will kill him because it was a. So what he think? Oh, the National Bank is half private and half from the state. So his plan is to build a bank, and this bank will buy the National Bank. So, but that took so many money that the inflation goes up. The inflation goes up, and there was a professor called Salazar, a professor of economics, who found out that the inflation fit not to the numbers of the. So in one day they found two notes with the same numbers. So what came then? The Portuguese army came to take over the government, to clean up the mess, and put this professor in charge, who already knew it before that something is wrong. So this place you see on the left side, this is what I said already, the Martí Muniz, this hero. So then begins very soon the dictatorship. So now maybe you will asking what have that to do with Trump? Because Trump, one of his stories is that he is a businessman, he knows everything, and the guy who put in charge, there's a professor of economics, so that is not a problem. So he knows maybe more even than Donald Trump, I think. So, but what has happened? But even he failed. He understands a lot of things right because he had he was professor of economics, so he built the infrastructure. But what he didn't make is to give the people enough freedom to join the industrial revolution. So everything, even the streets, was built with help of other countries' knowledges. So the streets was built with English engineers, and even the railways was built with English engineers. So the knowledge, the Portuguese didn't get the knowledge, even they have a heritage of engineering in the country. So the people get poorer and poorer, even they built street and everywhere. So, but the economics didn't work. And at the same time, he was cruel and very stupid. For us Portuguese here, was very simple to define because we said that it was a dictator. For the people in the colonies, that was, the guilty was Portugal. And they begin immediately in the wars. So Portugal began in wars in 3 colonies, Guinea-Bissau, Angola, and Mozambique, because of our dictator.
Is that square where they drop you off on the shuttle bus, John? Just there?
The 28, yeah, the electricals, yes. You can take the electricals from here. That's the main start. But when you go there, it's better to go there very early. There's a long line. But maybe today is better because it's raining.
How long do you think it takes to walk from the ship to the commercial section?
To the commercial section, so the commercial square, there's just 20 minutes. So now we come to a place called Praça de Figueira, and there's a monument from King João I. I will translate it, of course, with King John I. And he said to his son Eric, to build a university of ship engineering, to build the calculation school, the mathematics school of navigation, and sailing school. That is here, on the right side, on my right side, João I. So his son, who make it everything, was not the first son, it was the third son. And that is one person. The name of him is in a lot of languages known. And the name of this son is, in English, Henry the Navigator. And a little fun fact, Henry the Navigator was never on sea. And after this place, we come to an example about the situation after the earthquake. So after the earthquake, a few decades later, they came to the Napoleon Wars. So, what Portugal did is at first to save the capital, and they saved the capital just by removing it from Lisbon and put it to Rio de Janeiro. So the whole family came from Lisbon, which was still destroyed by the earthquake, and came to Rio de Janeiro. And the young prince called Pedro, was 9 years old. And when he became king, you see on the left side, on the top of this place, when he becomes king, he is then Pedro IV. And he decided to split the empire in Portugal and Brazil. So he becomes Pedro I of Brazil. So this street, maybe the shape of this street could be familiar, because back then, on the time of the Romans, this was a racing part. Okay. Yeah, this is the theater.
On the right, that's the theatre, yeah?
Yes. On the right is the theater. Left is the Praça de Rocio, with the King Pedro IV. So now on the left side you see the railway station Rocio, which is built in the monolithic style, which you found only here in Portugal. Very playful on the left side, my left side. So very playful ornaments of the sea and on the sailing. And a little fun fact about this one: the trains stop on the upper floor, because next behind is Bairro Alto, uptown. So on the left side, you see the monolith of the restauradores. That remember on the time when the Spanish get rulership over Portugal, not because they went to war, only because our king didn't had no childs. So the kingdom fell to the Spanish. And after 3 Spanish kings with the name Philip, we Portuguese kings have no name Philip. It was for us the first to the third. Here's the monolith or the restauradores. So we get in war, in the civil war against the Spanish. And after it we built this monument to remember of the people who came all over the world to say the old colonies, the Portuguese colonies, that are again part of Portugal, to restore the Portuguese Empire. That's why it's called Restauradores. Yeah, because you will taste now one of the greatest pastry, at least for so. There we are.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Watch me out.
Joe,
Yeah,
how do you think we feel?
I know.
Watch your head.
I know.
I'm through. It's easy.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit easier to go.
Who's staying here?
He's staying there.
Okay.
Right. How long have we got? Where are we going?
We will go there, but we have to wait to go together.
All right, fair enough.
So,
Want me to put your stool away?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe better. Because they're stolen, maybe. No, but I will say Portugal is one of the safest country in the world. Last year it was place 7 on the global peace index. That is not a measurement of it. but we fall from place 3
Right.
because we have a problem here in Lisbon, particularly with the pickpockets.
Yeah. I tell you about that.
Yep.
So,
But they're everywhere. Literally everywhere.
but even we try to clean it again
Yeah.
because even the police they just go away with
Back on.
money on the back
Yeah.
to get to fishing them. and we took the driver, even we tried to catch them. The problem we need some improvement, so but we knew some faces,
Yeah.
so we just when we see, and we even sometimes we see they running when because they see someone who just looks like he is a easy,
Vulnerable target.
and then when they begin to run and we just try to catch it on video because everyone have a smartphone, and then we try to get them on when they pick.
Yeah.
So-
You need a crowbar.
Can I? Can I nip in that shop?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. I will bring you. I will call you when we go. Oh, we go now. We go now. We go now. Sorry.
As long as I get in before. Okay. You're Portuguese, John.
Yeah. I'm Portuguese. I'm Portuguese, but to be honest, I lived 50 years in Germany.
All right, yeah, I've seen it. You can speak German type thing.
Yeah. I speak. Yeah. I lived 50 years in Germany, so my parents are both Portuguese, and I'm also Portuguese. I never took the German nationality. I could. It was, but I didn't. Yes, I was in Brighton and London. Yes. Brighton. There was a time on the language